All right, everybody. Joining me now, singer-songwriter Madison Grace. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, like I was saying off air, we're from both like nearby each other, kind of. Like,
Kind of.
so, where are you from originally? And, what kind of music do you sing?
I am from a very, very small town in Mississippi called Myrtle. Last I checked, there was like 483 people there. Like my cousin's the mayor, my aunt's the secretary at town hall, so it's very, very, very small
Not
town.
Myrtle Beach. Does it
Yeah,
ever get?
yes. Almost every single time somebody's like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Myrtle, Mississippi." And they're like, "Myrtle Beach?" I'm like, "No, not North Carolina." But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a cool little town. It's like I said, it's super duper small. But I'm a like you said, I'm a singer-songwriter, musician. I also have started acting and I'm a writer too, so just kind of a creative, I guess.
What kind of what kind of stuff like do you do acting wise?
I've done several short films and I have done a feature, like a full feature movie. I'm
Really?
yeah, I'm actually getting ready to next week I'll be doing like PA work for a really cool commercial, like a national commercial. I'll just be like production assistant, but um excited to, get to work with that production company and get to work with the people that
Hey, a PA is better than nothing, right? You
yeah.
know that.
And it's a paid gig, so I'm totally fine with that. And then I'm doing a documentary, and I'm like playing a reenactor for a documentary being shot in April. And then I'm doing another
Oh
short film in
wow.
a couple weeks, and then I have an audition for another film in a couple weeks too. So trying to make my way break out into the acting world. It's been a lot of fun. I really, really like acting as well as, performing. I just had a show last night, so I'm a little hoarse and my hair is not done because it was a 80s prom night was the theme last
Oh
night for the
yeah.
day. I was on FaceTime with my mom for like 20, 30 minutes and she was like, "All right, baby, now pick up that section right there and tase it till it stands up straight. All right,
Oh
now
yeah.
it's
What
up,
one of the
play
what one of those great accents. I love it.
it."
I love those.
That's really how I talk. I just try to do my best not to sound like I'm from anywhere specifically. Just try to
Yeah, the
speak.
guy I had on last time, Justin Dukes, one
Uh-huh.
of the greatest accents ever on
Oh
this
yeah.
podcast. The guy was awesome. Good old boy from the South, you know?
Oh yeah. Just a good old boy from the South. Yeah. No, I was classically trained for vocally for years. So I worked really hard with a vocal coach to get rid of any kind of like harsh accents that I had and to learn to speak and sing neutrally and, with different accents depending on like what
Mm.
song I was singing. Um, so if I'm comfortable, it starts to come out a
Yeah,
little.
I heard it there. A little. I heard it there.
It it gets me sometimes, but especially when I'm on stage, it comes out really hard. Number one, I'm nervous, and number two, just like I'm so focused on like trying to give a good performance and vocal wise, I'm so focused that like I don't even care how I sound talking. But
I think that's everybody though. Like even me, like every once in a while I'll like do some like weird accent. Like for me, it's weird. I'm like, where'd that come from? And so I think it happens to everybody, just like out of nowhere, because it's like we're like a melting pot, everybody, you know?
yeah,
Good old
it's
US of A.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's definitely like especially now with all types of
America. Know what they
America.
say now?
Oh yeah. But especially now with like when there's all types of media to be streamed and all types of content from, people from all over the world, it's really easy to be exposed to different accents and different dialects and all of that. Like, a few months ago, or I guess a couple weeks ago, when they banned TikTok and everybody went to Red Note, the Chinese
Mm.
version of TikTok, and everybody was like learning Chinese and like learning all, Mandarin and stuff. I thought that was crazy, but it was really cool. I think it's cool that we live in a day and age where, you can find anything on, your device. You can do anything on it, and you can find anything.
Mm.
Can also
And,
be a double-edged sword, but I
and there are
think
also like Blue Sky. Isn't that one of them? I think there's one called Blue Sky, like a new version of like Twitter or
I don't
X.
know, man.
There's like
I
some random. There's like a. You should. I have a feeling you're gonna look that up.
No, look, I haven't even updated my Twitter since
Mm.
like X came out, so I still have like the original Twitter logo.
But I'm
Like
saying you should
still,
look up Blue Sky.
okay, yeah. I'm so bad at social media. Like I'm trying my best to get better at
What?
it.
Yeah, well, I want to go back to what you were saying about acting before we go into
Yeah.
your music. Is that something that you're like leaning towards moving forward, or do you plan on like flip-flopping, going
I mean,
back?
I don't think it's really a thing where, I'm not like famous and I'm not like I'm not signed to anybody. I'm completely independent. So it's kind of like one of those things. Yeah, I guess I'll flip flop. Like I don't really think I have to choose and I don't really want to choose. So I just, I'm not considering myself a full actor. I always consider myself a full musician. I've been playing in bars since I was 11, but at this point in my life and in my career, I just see myself as a creative and any outlet I get to explore
Mm.
my creativity, I'm going to take it. I think, that's where a lot of artists and a lot of creatives kind of not mess up, but it's kind of like where we start to feel burnout is when you're just so focused on one form of creativity that you get burnout. And I think that I definitely got burnout a little bit. So when I started working on film sets and I started working on with other like directors and other writers and other just creatives in general, it opened up a huge like it just gave me a huge insert like yeah like
Incentive?
yeah, to just create in general. I noticed that the more I act, the more I want to play music again, and the more I play music, the more I want to act,
Mm.
go back and forth. And I also write too. I've been writing a couple scripts um, that I have, and they're like nowhere near finished, but um, they're fun to
Yeah.
do. And I enjoy writing songs and stories and all kinds of stuff. So
Well, as you know, this podcast I interview independent artists, so I've heard the whole
I'm sure you've
the
heard
game.
all the horror stories.
But one of my favorites, they're all my. I don't want to like be like, what do you mean? You said they were your favorite. They're all my favorites, but one of my favorites was this person, Amber A's,
Mhm.
and she actually was. I believe she was. I hope she doesn't like. I don't get this wrong, but I think she was like signed with somebody and then chose to not be. So I've
Yeah.
heard that. I've heard that too, and then. Um, I've had some like if there's a few artists that I've had that have been like signed and um like I interviewed this one person from their bus and you know um would you have you gotten any looks for like any of these like shows, like talent shows or anything? Would you consider any of that?
I mean, I guess, I don't know. I think at this point, like people who are getting signed are people who already have 2 million followers and they already have like stuff going on
I
for
mean,
them.
you're not doing that bad, you
I I mean, I'm not doing that
know.
great, but and thank you. I need to get better at accepting compliments. Thank you, because I have put in a lot of work the last like 15 years of my life of, just doing the damn thing.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah. I've been playing in music and like performing in bars for a very long time. Like even like when I was like I started when I was like a preteen. Like well into my adolescence, I
Dang.
started playing in bars. I was very fortunate. My parents are divorced, but which probably explains a lot now. But I was very fortunate. Like both my parents were very supportive of what I wanted to do creatively, and both my parents grew up in the 80s, so when I was like, yeah, I want to be a rock star, they were just like, hell yeah, let's go. And that's so cool. So
Yeah.
my dad was very, very supportive and he helped me a lot, like when I first started out, he would like he would have to set up all of my equipment and everything because I was only allowed in the bars 10 minutes before the gig and 10 minutes after the gig. So like he would have to do all my networking, he would have to do all that. But then once I was, like 16, I was like driving myself to the gigs and stuff. I was pretty chill with all the bars in Central Florida at that point.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
that's where I'm from originally,
Oh,
Central
what
Florida.
part?
So Orlando area, like
Oh, okay,
Titusville,
yeah. I lived in
Titusville to be
Lakeland.
exact. Okay, not too far.
Yeah,
How?
dude. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's where I went to that like that's where I learned class like was trained classically was at Harrison School for the Arts in Lakeland, Florida. So love that place. Lakeland's really really cool. Polk County, you know.
Yeah,
But,
I hear you.
oh yeah.
I grew up in small town, so I get it. I get it. So let's talk about some of the songs.
Okay.
You had one like it was quite a while ago. What was it? What we had tonight or something like that?
Wow, you did some
That's like way long
digging.
ago. That's like a way. Was that one of those songs when well, I mean, all I did was, it's
Wow.
not like it's that hard. Okay, so what I
I
did
guess
was
not, but
I went to your YouTube
uh-huh.
and I clicked most popular.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
it literally didn't, it literally, I mean, I appreciate the compliment that I did do my homework, but it wasn't really that
Dude, you're the
hard.
first podcast. You're like the first person in a long time to bring up that song. That was
I mean, it's not
so
that hard. I literally, that's literally what I did. You didn't even know that that's your number one.
me either. I didn't either.
I'm
That
pretty
song,
sure popular.
yeah.
Yeah, behind the cover you did, but
Oh. Yeah, I have no idea. I have not even thought about that song in years. So,
yeah, 4.1, that 4.1K. And
wow,
then,
okay.
behind that is Addicted.
Yeah.
So
Um,
we'll briefly give me one sentence before
okay.
we move on, because since it was a long time ago. Give me one sentence regarding that song. Can you do that? Like what
I
that
I
can you
wrote
encapsulate that song in one sentence?
I wrote it when I was in seventh grade.
Okay, okay. Well, hey, that wraps up what you were talking about when you were a kid. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I brought it up because it's like, well, she was talking about when she was like a kid, and I
Yeah, no,
assume this
that was
one.
that was the second song I ever wrote too. I never recorded the first song I ever wrote, and I kind of want to, now that I'm older. Um, but yeah, that's crazy. I actually had like released a
But it
whole
wasn't that hard
album.
to find. So you're
That's
giving me too
cool.
much credit.
Maybe you
And
won't find it.
yourself not enough.
Yeah. Well, I actually that was a song that was like my first single, and I had actually released like a whole album a couple years ago, but ended up like taking it down and trying to start fresh. So like I have like right now like three albums I'm just kind of sitting on, and it's hard out here as an independent artist because you got to pay.
It's out out there on the streets.
Yeah, 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 it's tough out here on the streets. Um, But yeah, to be an independent artist is hard because like if and like going back to what you asked earlier, like if anybody ever like quote unquote discovered me or whatever, I think I would most be looking for like a distribution deal.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you want to
Yeah,
distribute
I hear
music
you.
and you can have a cut of that. Okay, that's fine. You know, I'd be more open to that than full on signing, I think, just because I'm not about the manufacturing of music and I don't want to be manufactured and I don't and maybe that's gonna hold me back, but I just want to stay true to myself and who I am as an artist. And I'm totally fine with if somebody wants to help me with some media training and some fashion advice and helping me on,
Just
making
change the color of your hair every interview.
LOL, yeah,
That would
exactly. No, this is because I did a movie and I
yeah, you were
launched
saying that.
the movie and because they liked my hair the way it was, and so I kept it. And then after filming Wrapped and we were done with we were done with like reshoots and everything, I was
Mm.
staring in the not staring in the mirror, but I was like looking in the mirror and I was just like, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I was just having like not an identity crisis, but kind of like it just didn't feel like me anymore. And I went to my hairstylist and I was like, yeah, I don't know, like just not feeling the blonde. And she was like, well, maybe do you think it's because your character was blonde? So you just associate you with that character. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I said, make me look like an anime character. And that's what she gave me. So,
All right, well, let's move on to, is it Ghost Girl and
yeah.
then Addicted? So, which one of those two do you want to talk about first? Because they were similar, but not similar at the same time. One's a
Yeah.
little more upbeat than the other one. Would you agree?
Both like, well, they're both like still super sad. Ghost Girl just
But
rocks out.
you can have upbeat
Yeah.
tempo and still be sad.
Yes. And that's what I love. I have one song, it's called Why. It's not out yet, but every time I play it, everybody's like, this sounds like a happy song. And then I start singing it. Everybody's like, oh, this is not a happy song. I'm like, yeah, I want you to like get mad with it.
All right, so what's Ghost Girl about? Is it about like you're ghosting somebody, or is it about like you're not like feeling yourself?
So,
Or am I totally wrong on both? Probably
so
totally wrong.
no, you're good. I mean, Art's, this is my dog, by the way. He's sopping wet. He just drank some water and got it all over me. But so Ghost Girl was written. Oh, hold on, let me calm my dog down.
No,
Bubby,
this is good. This is good stuff.
he's like,
This will
he's
be the Instagram reel.
there he is. He's a big boy. You want to go play ball? I know. I come here. Come show him. And look, Bubby. Okay, there he is. All right. There he is. This is Malachi. Oh, okay. All
Hey
right.
Malachi.
Say hi. He wants to go play BALL very bad. So I'll throw it for you, Bubby. Chill out. Sit. All right, sit. Sit. You stubborn butt. Sit down. Settle. Thank you.
Oh, I
He's in.
see some of those guitars back there. Are those
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a few. My one that goes right here is in its case because like I said, I played a show last night. So, but yeah, so Ghost Girl was written at a very dark time in my life. I was going through a lot, and it's about just feeling like, you're not there, like you don't feel real. You feel so disassociated that, you know, I feel like a ghost just floating through the motions, living my life with the lack of emotions. Am I supposed to feel like a burden when all I've been lately is a shell of a person? I'm a ghost. So,
yeah, not feeling
yeah, in
not
verse two, it is kind of about like ghosting someone too, because you're not all the way there. Verse two, I tried to love him, but I ran away. Now I'm just reciting dumb cliches. Uh, Reciting dumb
By the way,
cliches.
I hate ghosting, by the way.
Yeah, no, me
I
too.
think it's a cop out and
Yeah,
it's you know
I know it is for sure, but I've definitely, I've not ghosted, but I've definitely like I've been
I
the person,
just
I've just told somebody like, look, I can't. It's not you. Like I've literally in that
yeah, I
note,
respect that, but I'm
it's not
talking about it's you, yeah. So
oh
I'm
like straight up like blocking someone without
yeah,
any
that's the ghosting I'm talking about is like where you go on a date or whatever and then you don't hear from them again after you were the one that initiated the date.
yeah. I actually have another song called Crazy that is recorded, but it's not out yet. And it has a lyric that goes, it's like like going crazy and about somebody ghosting you. And the lyric is just like a ghost, man, you came then vanished because they came and then vanished.
Mm,
Get it? It's like a
yeah, no, I
maybe
get it. I get it.
I
So,
think sucks. I've written a lot
yeah.
of about it.
Yeah, I hear you. And then addicted.
Who broke your heart? Addicted.
Yeah,
That's
it's talking about like Yeah, it's talking about how like
Being
you
like
know
so,
it's like unhealthy, right? Or whatever, but you can't stop.
yeah, like you're,
Like me and alcohol back in the day.
well, I actually knew
I mean, I
someone,
wasn't addicted, but I would go out too much.
yeah. Well, I knew someone who is a recovering addict, and they did a lot of like work with recovering addicts. And we would just talk a lot about the 12 steps and all that. And I just remember one night he was like, because I was talking
Like
about
an
the
AA
song.
meeting, 12.
Yeah. He
Mm.
he runs like stuff like
Oh,
that.
wow.
He does a lot of good work. And I remember talking to him about like the situation that I was in with this guy. And he says, "You sound like an addict. Like this is all stuff I've heard before. You sound like an addict. You're just addicted to this guy instead of being addicted to drugs or alcohol or whatever." And that it just like clicked in my mind. I said, "Oh crap. I am like I sound like a junkie, and so I wrote that song because of that. And I'm good friends with the guy that I wrote it about it today. We've known each other since we were kids, so known each other for a long time, and we're still good friends to this day. I love his family, so we went through a lot together, but he's still a super good guy. And when I showed him the song that I wrote and I was done with it, he said, "That's awesome." He's like, "It sounds so good. Like I'm so flattered." Like you're
Mm.
flattered. But yeah, no, it was funny.
So you have some, who are your like all-time favorite artists, like from any era?
Um, Probably definitely it goes through phases, but I think my all-time favorites are the Beatles, Seether,
Oh,
um,
wow. I know
yeah,
he's country rock, but that's awesome.
yeah, I love Seether, man. I love Seether. I've been like turning all my friends on Seether because divorced dad rock
You should
is
send him a message. You should send them a message. What's the worst thing that could happen? You
oh,
know?
I never thought about it. They're like too famous in my head. I'm like, no, they would. Oh, I just
I
realized the
mean,
song.
I sent Amber Lynn a message, come on the podcast. I mean, even though I know they're not, I mean, what's the
Yeah,
worst thing that could happen? They could be like,
no, you're right. But yeah, I don't know. I never thought about it. I thought about doing like a couple videos because I've been learning a lot of their songs. Like divorced dad rock is a thing, and I was raised by my divorced dad, so I love
hmm.
divorced dad. I love divorced dad rock.
What
Um,
about Miranda Lambert? You kind of strike me as
Yeah, definitely early stuff. I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself like a true fan or anything, like if you're really going to get down into it,
well,
simply because
she was country rock. That's what she is.
yeah, well, I haven't listened to anything of hers recently, like since Tin Man. I don't think I've heard a new song. I haven't gone digging for it. I don't really listen to the radio anymore. I just have my playlists. And sorry if you hear my dog. He's literally
I
having
I
a
believe she's still releasing stuff.
Oh yeah, most definitely. She like her side band, the Pistolanes. I really liked them.
I'm looking to see if she's released. Actually, it's been a while.
Out. Oh,
Not that. Well, no, it hasn't. There's one last year she did. But yeah, I could definitely hear some Miranda Lambert. So we got Seether, Beatles. Uh, you got a couple any others that are big
hold on.
influences?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put my dog on mute.
Besides your dog, is your dog an influence?
Yes, he definitely is, and he is definitely a little menace, but he's a
A
sweet.
menace and an influence.
Yes. But he's also a service animal. He's trained, so I trained him myself, but he's a really good boy. His name's Malachi, by the way. But he's a sweet guy. But yeah, I was really into Miranda Lambert when I was younger, especially in that like kerosene, gunpowder, and lead era. Um, and I'm trying to think. Um, I mean, I love all kinds of music. Another band I really like, they're called Bloody Wood. They're an Indian from India
Oh yeah.
metal band, yeah. And they
Wow.
use. I love different. I can hear him sniffing under the door. Sorry.
What?
My dog is like sniffing, like he's like put his nose up under
I
the
got a
door.
cat. My cat makes cameos sometimes, but
Yeah.
I don't know where she is.
Yeah, my cat's somewhere around the house. I don't know. She's probably sleeping by my sliding glass door, getting that like sunset sun, sunning. But yeah, and there's another band called Ego Fall. They're Chinese metal band. And like just like Bloodywood, they'll fuse like traditional folk music from where they're from with metal music. And I don't know what it is about like Eastern cultures and their folk music, but it fuses so good with metal
Yeah,
music.
you
It's
should
kind of
I have an old band that you should listen to. They're from Montgomery, Alabama. You may have heard of them, but they started in the 90s, like late 90s, and they're coming back out of retirement.
who
Uh
is it?
Tr Trust Company. You may have heard of them.
I don't know. I guarantee my dad has. I guarantee he's heard of
It's
him.
yeah, they're rock classic. Yeah. So it's called Trust Company.
Okay.
And you should check out like Downfall. Downfall is like the number one. It's a little hard rock. I don't know where you are with like hard rock, but
Oh,
Seether is so
I mean, I love corn, man. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Like,
tell me what you think of Trust Company though, okay? They're coming
okay,
back.
yeah,
They retired a while ago. But they just got back together. A lot of bands are like that where they were so unfortunate, like,
yeah,
and then but I always appreciate bands that can put their egos aside. Like, the Beatles kind of went through something like that, right?
yeah. I saw a post recently that said if the Beatles got together in 2018, they would have been broken up by now. And
Yeah, they
that,
separated back in the 70s.
yeah. And it blows my mind because,
Paul McCartney, one of the goats for sure.
right? And well, because they've really been together, I think, since like 1958. It's like when they
Yeah,
formed, but they didn't start like
yeah,
recording and doing all that till like 64, I think. But I don't know, my guitar player Leroy, he knows everything about
yeah.
the Beatles. I think I'm a big Beatles fan, and then I go talk to Leroy and I'm like, no, I'm not a fan. I'm a big fan. Like, no,
All right,
he's
so yeah. Do you have any stories in Jacksonville? Like, because only places I've been to, I'm a Jags fan, so I've been to the Everbank Stadium and I've been to Riverside, and got, drunk a few times there. But
they're
where are the venues
like
there? Like yeah, where's the good music venues in Jacksonville? Duval County, as they say.
pretty much like any music venue in Jacksonville is a good music venue. Um last night I played at Jack Rabbit's. I think they're, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a Jacksvillian. Like I'm not from here, so if I'm incorrect on my history, I apologize. But I think Jack Rabbit's has been around the longest. Um, a lot of really good places have been closing down here recently, and it's really, really, really sad. But Underbelly is amazing. Um, pretty like I said, like pretty much anywhere you go in Jacksonville that has live music, it's gonna be good. It's kind of like Nashville in that sense of like if somebody's playing, they're gonna be amazing. They're gonna be really, really good. But it's not like it's in every single restaurant walking down the street. You know what I mean? There's a good mix of different types of artists and different types of sounds. If you want to go listen to jazz and go to a listening room where like they serve alcohol and you sit there and you don't say anything, you're not there to socialize, you're there to listen, you go to Blue Jay listening
All right,
room.
so I just went on Jack Rabbit's Facebook page, and tonight is Super Mario World theme night. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and last night was 80s prom theme.
Was that what is that where you were at, Jack Rabbit's?
Yeah, I was at Jack Rabbit's. And then but Blue Jay listening room is like if that's where you want to go to like listen to music and like and get to know the artist and get to know everybody, that's where you go.
Bit Brigade. It says
Yeah,
Bit Brigade. I don't know
they're
who that
really
is,
good.
but oh yeah, is that
Yeah,
local kind of?
local band around here.
The
But and
local
if you
scene's pretty good there. The local scene,
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of music. There's all kinds of artists and people. Like you have your folk Americana, you have
interesting.
beach wave, like beach shoegaze. You have like math rockers. You have metal musicians. You have
All right, I
like
thought you said meth rockers for a second. I was like, wait a minute, I had to do a double take.
probably
I had to do a
it is
double take on that.
Jacksonville.
What kind of what kind of
No, it
rockers
is
did you say?
Jacksonville.
Hold on,
So
can you say that again? What kind of rockers?
like butt rockers,
Oh,
shoegaze.
I don't know why I thought you said that. I'm sorry,
No,
but
I honestly would not doubt it if there are some meth rockers in Jacksonville. It is Jacksonville, so you most definitely probably are some, but
yeah,
no, there's
yeah,
all kinds of bands here. And I think in Florida in general, like I
it's
played
interesting.
last week, I played a gig with a band called No Parts, and they were like,
No parts.
yeah, they're really, really good.
Shout
No,
out to No Parts. You think they
shout
would
out to
come
No
on the?
Parts.
You think they would come on the podcast?
Oh, 100%.
Hey,
There's,
will you hit them up and
yeah, I'll message them right now.
on the pod? I don't believe you.
I'm doing it right now.
No, I do believe you. I'm just busting chops. I don't want to be like that guy. But no,
No, they're super cool. Like, and they're like a nine-piece band. They're female fronted, and there's two girls
oh
that play.
yeah,
Yeah, their lead guitar player.
Like Paramore, you know?
Kind of, yeah. There's two girls, and they're like if like ABBA and Nirvana,
No
and
parts.
yeah, they're like if ABBA and Nirvana and like another band like had a Love Baby, and because they're like 70s glam rock with a little bit of grunge, and
Hmm.
guitar player is also a girl. She has a girlfriend, but I fell in love. Oh my gosh, she was very, very good. They had a cello player, like a keyboardist. Their band is
Hmm.
amazing. Their writing is phenomenal. Their front women are so good. Like
Oh
they are
wow. Yeah.
sick. They're awesome. And I think that they're from Tallahassee. I could be mistaken. I didn't get to talk to everybody too much.
That's cool. But
They were really, really good.
so do you got a fun story? Like something you can share, like a night out or some concert or something you played at or venue or something? Some good story you can share?
Um, I don't know. I
You
guess
don't have any
like I said, I've
cool
been playing
stories?
since I was a child. And just so you know, here you go. I sent you
You
until
sent
the
my yeah. Well, I
uh,
appreciate that. I was
oh
just
no.
being
Hey, any chance like his I'm sure they love to do it too. So I love connecting people and getting people,
You got to
you
have a good story though, too. But I
know.
appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let's see, a good story. Like I said, I've been playing a bar since I was a preteen, so I've played a bunch of shows. I'm gonna try to think. Um, like you want like what kind of story,
Just any
man?
story. Just like it was awesome crowd. It was like you know, they were
Oh, well, I guess I can say
crazy or
about
something
last
like that,
night.
you know?
Here, hold on. So last night I get done playing my gig and this guy comes up to me and he's got like orange and pink hair and he's like super cool looking and he has like this jacket in this bag and he's like, "Hey, I caught your show last weekend and I wanted to show you like I made you a jacket." And I was like, "What? You made me a jacket?" This
Are you gonna get it? Oh my gosh. Live podcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
is the jacket that
Well,
he
it's not live on YouTube, but this live now. It's happening.
like he
That's a
made.
cool jacket.
I know. It's so cool. Like, it's just a sick, I don't know, it's just a
I
sick
think this
jacket.
is the first for the Sensibly Cynical podcast, someone just grabbing a jacket and putting it on. I don't think
Like a
that's happened.
lace on it.
I've interviewed someone from their bus, like I said, which is cool.
I'm
But I don't think
at my house and this is my
she was like in the
room.
middle of like a 50 location tour.
Oh wow.
And like she's just one of those like not like non you know, like nonstop just grindstone, you know.
That sounds like my friend Erica Sunshine Lee. She is like,
Erica Sunshine Lee. That's a cool name.
oh yeah, she's super cool. And she is a really, really good mentor of mine, taught me how to write and taught me a bunch about like being in the industry and like being a musician and how to be successful at it. She is amazing. But Yeah, so this dude, he just like gave me this jacket and a bunch of t-shirts that he made for me. And I was like, dude, like this is so awesome. So, and he's on Instagram. His Instagram is, what is it? Because I just followed him because he just started and like I think he'll have a bright future in like making clothes and alterations for
Mm.
people. So if anybody in Jacksonville needs some clothing, go hit up Pluto Sounds Nice. That guy right here. Pluto Sounds Nice.
I
Um,
love it.
made me this
That's so
jacket.
thoughtful of you though to like spend
It,
like similar to the last guest I've had on like promoting other people
oh, I
on
mean,
your like time. So that's cool.
well, that's all we really can do, man. Like any
That's what
chance,
Justin said.
yeah,
That's what
like
he said.
any chance I can help, with the platform that I do have and the small platform I do have, any chance that I can help another artist or another creative like share their work. I mean, it helps everyone. It benefits everyone in that situation. You know what I mean? Like it's not a competition, it's not anything. It's we're just creatives creating and
That's
we need
true.
to so but this thing is awesome with like the lace. I'm so excited. I'm gonna try to make like a bunch of outfits with it because it's super cute and it's really soft, but
We
like
can
never in my life.
just try to choreograph, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Try to make like a
let's
cute.
talk let's talk more about what you've done. I know we've talked about other people, but let's talk about you. I mean, I want to give you your flowers. You have built quite the like it may seem like not a lot, but like 500 is 500 YouTube subscribers. Like that's no like I think it's like I forgot what it was. I know it's above 500. I just don't know if it's like
Um,
530, like the exact number, but I was 500. And I sort of got to give you your flowers. I mean, you have quite the like base and that
570.
just doesn't yeah, but that just doesn't happen. Like
Yeah,
you have
it's a
to
long
put in the
time.
hard work. So I just wanted to give you credit on that. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
been a
why I
long
reached out.
time.
I try to interview the ones that are putting like effort and everything like that. So talk about the journey from like when you first started to now. How has things changed, or talk
Yeah.
about the growth?
Well, it's been a really long time. It's been I think that's like the same YouTube channel I've had like since the beginning. So I've posted and archived and deleted stuff before and um I think like a lot of followers I got a lot of subscribers. This one video review I posted on that APT
Yeah,
song
I
by
saw that. I saw that.
yeah, that video just like randomly got like 10,000 views and I was like, "What?" Um so I was trying to capitalize on that, but I'm really slow at editing and I'm
That's how I
trying
found that song though from a while ago, from a long while ago, is
yeah.
because I went down and I tried to look for the, the most popular and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
that's no joke. I mean, when we're talking about thousands of views, I mean, you
And I'm
deserve
still
some
not able to
credit.
be monetized. I still have to get you have to have like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I still need like
Everybody needs to check your YouTube and your music out.
that would be awesome.
Pause. That's just what I say sometimes on the podcast. Pause it right now. Download, Madison Grace's latest song. What's the last song you've done? Is it
Um
Addicted or have you done something since then?
well, I have like 5 singles out right now. It's Addicted, Ghost Girl, In the End, ooh, Do You Wanna? And I did a Thriller cover
Okay,
too.
so spend the next 30 minutes listening to all those songs and then come back here and press play. That's what they should do,
That
right?
would be awesome. And now that you guys are back from listening to that, do some because I've done hooks
Oh,
for
also subscribe on the YouTube and everything.
yeah, Madison Grace Music. But I've also done hooks for other rappers, and a couple of them I didn't even know got released. And I was like, somebody was like, "Hey, I found this song. It's you." I was like, "Are you sure?" And I went look. I was like, "Oh, it is me." Like, I recorded that forever ago, but there's a couple songs I like did hooks for on like R&B stuff too that I had a lot of fun doing. So I'm always willing to lend my vocals as well to any artist or anybody needing female vocals. But yeah, it's
You could beat out Haley Williams and be the front woman of Paramore.
oh God, no, she's a
Be a
queen.
battle. Be a battle.
Queen. I'm good. She won. I forfeit. Like that's fine. No, there's another really good artist here that I think could probably like give her a run for her money. Her name is Megan McKenzie. Here she
Mm.
actually puts on this thing called Sad Girl Happy Hour, which is what I played last night, and talk about powerhouse vocals, dude. Oh my God. She is unlike anyone I've ever heard. Like, I think she's more,
Even more powerful than Pink.
yeah.
Even Pink, everyone
I
knows
don't know.
Pink.
I don't know because Pink will sit there and like she'll be doing it
Just
like
like
doing flips
just
and
hardcore.
everything. So,
I'm just joking. You're talking about actual like vocal cords.
yeah, but she is very, very, very talented. So, but well, I appreciate that compliment though. I wish I could. I don't know if I could, but I would let her have that. She
Yeah. No, this has been a good time and everything like that. And what's the best part about doing all this? Is it like impacting other people or what? What's your like best part about?
well, I create because I probably would be a serial killer if I didn't. I probably more
And
serious.
not the Fruity Pebbles kind of cereal, right? The
No, like
not
Dexter. Probably be like Dexter
so
if I
not Fruity Pebbles, the other kind of serial killer.
um but on a serious note though, like I really
Yeah.
don't think that I would be here without creativity. I don't know how I would survive without music and art and creating. So it is a coping mechanism for me. I have a lot of emotions. I feel very strongly. I feel very deeply. And the only way I can kind of, get through any of that is through creativity and writing and all of that and performing. So when there there are people who come up to me and they're like, I've always felt this way and I just never knew how to say it and you said it for me, or I just relate so hard to that song, you know, well, first, it makes me sad to know that somebody else is feeling that way, but then I feel really good that I can create something where they don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we all turn to music or to art or to movies or to TV shows that we love to watch and we turn to things for comfort. And if I can create anything of comfort for someone, I think I've kind of done my job as a creative. But the best part about it is, yes, making those connections with people, but I guess just creating in general. I love to create. I love to make things and write songs and sing them and now act and bring characters and people to life through that. And um yeah, and if I can bring comfort to people, I think that is probably the best thing is getting kind of like not that recognition, but getting that, I guess, validation that what I'm doing is helping someone or what I'm doing is impacting someone in some way.
I, that's pretty awesome. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
so admirable of you. And I know a lot of people, because a lot of people sometimes they release stuff without. I know people that release stuff without. I'm not gonna call it like bubble gum, like stuff that with like you know what I'm trying to say with like no deep meaning,
Yeah,
or
and
like auto tune stuff. Like
which I mean, the last podcast I did, I was talking about like, I'm don't want to judge. I'm no one to judge, but it's really disheartening when people who just make music as another facet to get money, to be manufactured. And it's it's really frustrating for the people.
Yeah, but Madison, you know how
Yeah,
it is. You know how the
kind of.
industry is, though. You have to have money to back songs up. The ones that get play are the ones that I don't know why I'm speaking. You should know that from the
Oh yeah,
jump, probably. Like I know people that the song was just like any other song, but they put a grand behind it, and then it's on a local radio.
yeah.
So you know how that is. It's in
Oh yeah,
Jacksonville or any market has that where you just pay the local station and they'll play your song. Or am I
yeah.
wrong on that?
I don't know. I know that to.
You've
I
heard of
know.
stories like that though, where people
Yeah,
just money
and
behind it.
yeah, and that's why I was saying like with the distribution deal. If I had a sugar daddy to come pay my shit and come release my stuff, that would be
Do
great.
the yeah, yeah.
But
Or have some bus tables and stuff, you know.
yeah, well,
I used to work like I used to do like jobs just to make ends meet.
yeah,
That's how I made I didn't get like things paid for me or whatever, you know.
yeah. I've done a lot of jobs. I've cleaned houses. I've served like in a restaurant, not in the military.
You didn't bust tables, but you did
Oh, I
something.
did. I did. I was a server for a very long time, and
Oh, you
um,
you had to bust your own table? You didn't have a bus boy or
yeah.
anything?
Nope.
Or a busser?
We might have somebody coming and helping bus tables, but like I always bust my own tables, and um, it was I never worked at a place that was like nice enough to like have a busser.
Yeah.
I bust my own tables, and I've like splashed dumpster water in my mouth
Oh
before.
man,
I've
that's
been there. I've washed the dishes.
all you need with to go with that is a little thing of vodka and you'd be good to go,
I don't
you know.
drink. I'm not I don't drink alcohol,
You
but
don't drink alcohol? You've never had alcohol.
well, I've had it. I don't like it. Gross. Every beer I've ever taken a sip of, it like immediately like makes me want to
So it's
vomit.
been a while since you knocked the one back.
I've never actually like drank a full beer, and
Wow, that's a claim to
I,
fame. That's impressive.
I guess,
My claim to that'd be an epic like claim to fame to have.
yeah, I've never finished a beer. No,
Like when you finally like if you go into a pitch to get on a label,
yeah,
that you could use that as for them to sign you. Be like, "Hey, I could be your first artist
that hates alcohol.
that hates alcohol."
I can be your first country artist that has never finished a beer.
And
But
we can even do a parody on that.
yeah, that would be funny actually. Um, but yeah, I've had wine and got very drunk.
Like white wine, red wine, what are we
I've
talking about?
had, I don't like red wine. I will drink a cupcake Moscato, which apparently is like wine that people make fun of a lot because it's very sweet.
Yeah.
And I've had a rosé. Um, that's the one I got drunk off of because my friends were like, just drink it fast, you won't taste it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just like chugging it. And the next thing I know, I've had like three glasses and I am done. I am so drunk. But yeah, I've just never really been a fan of alcohol. I'll have max like maybe two drinks if I did drink,
Yeah.
but I don't
I
like the
love
taste
that's my
of it.
that's my favorite line of any like night out is just drink it fast. You won't I love it. That's like as old as time, you know?
Yeah, I guess they were getting me because I've
That's a
never,
great line.
but and my family weren't really big drinkers either. Like my mom and dad like might have a beer every once in a while, or like if my dad goes out, he'll have like a Tito's and vodka, or like vodka, like a
Tito's is
Tito's and
vodka.
water. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he'll
I
have
know
like a
what you mean.
Tito's and water or whatever. But no, like my family's just never really been like
Well,
drinkers.
that's good. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Um,
but what's crazy is like when you don't drink alcohol, the first thing people always ask, why? Why don't you drink? And it's
because
like,
I don't want to. Leave me
I don't
alone.
want to. I don't like it. It doesn't taste good to me.
No peer
And the
pressure.
amount of times that like people have like gotten offended when I told them I didn't drink is astronomical. Um, but you know what? Here's a funny story. I do have a funny story about me playing. This just reminded me. When I was 12 years old, I was playing at this bar, and next thing I know, the server is bringing me shots. And I said, I can't drink this. And they were like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm 12. I can't drink this." So 12. And I was like, "Yeah." So my dad is like 6'8", really tall. And so he reaches over the crowd. I hand him the shot and he's like, "Thank you." And so for a long time, I'd be like, "If y'all want to buy me a drink, buy my dad a fireball shot, you know?" So
Yeah,
I would get him drunk. And
that
then,
is funny.
yeah.
That
But
is
that,
funny.
I guess the way I told it probably wasn't that funny. I'm a really bad storyteller unless it's in song form.
No,
So
this has been great. I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, yeah. So where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, all social media across the board, it's Madison Grace Music, MADISON GRACE. And yeah, Madison Grace Music. Just one like flow line, no underscores, no
I got
periods.
it. And they should buy or whatever stream your music, right? They
Yeah.
should do it now.
Yep, you should do it now.
They've already listened to the last five songs, but now they need to go back and buy
Add them to their
stuff
playlist.
and buy stuff.
Yes. Hopefully I will have some more merch soon. And I'm gonna try to set up like a thing where I can, sell it online and ship it out to people. So now that I like have oh, excuse me, I'm
Oh,
tired.
I'm boring you. Oh
No,
man.
I'm so tired. We had a late gig last night,
No,
and
I know, I know. I'm just messing. I'm just
no, you're
messing.
good. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to like send out merch and stuff like that here soon.
So
But yeah,
would you ever join a label? It'd have to be a,
it'd have to be a really good deal. Like it would have to be a really good deal, and they would allow me to have like 90% of creative control. Like it would have to be unless, yeah, I don't know. I don't know because a
all
lot
right,
of,
89, it doesn't count. It has to be 90.
I
Has to
mean,
be
I guess
90.
like I'd have to have majority creative control.
No,
I'll
I know.
say
I'm just, yeah,
I
I got you.
I'm so particular about my
I
writing
know what
style.
you meant. Yeah.
And again, maybe that's something that's going to hold me back, but I think that there's going to be a resurgence of people who want authenticity and people who are authentic. I think consumers are tired of the manufacturing of music. Maybe not. Maybe they're not. Um, but I think some are. And I'm not trying to. A long time ago, I had the dreams of being a famous pop star, but at this point in my life, I just want to make music. And if I can share that with people and there are people who want to follow that and appreciate that, I would love that more than anything. And if not, I totally get it. It is what it is. But I just try to make music that I want to listen to. And if other people want to listen to it too, rock on, man. That's
Hey.
awesome.
All right. I think that's a good way to.
Rock
Oh yeah,
on.
what is that? Hold on.
It's it's
Oh
peace, love,
yeah, I
rock
see
and
that.
roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get this turned into stickers.
Yeah, I got you. All right. All right. Yeah, Madison, thank you so much and all the best, okay?
Hey, thank you.
All right. All right. Rock on.
God.